Hello, Jungle Explorer here, and today I'm going to be doing a little review on this 5-in-1 telephoto lens kit for smartphones with universal clip. I can't pronounce this word. It's KNGUVTH, whatever it is. The box, doesn't tell you a whole lot about it. It says here it has 180 degree fisheye lens, a 0.36 times wide angle lens, a 15 degree macro lens, and a goggle. But that actually is not what's in this box. There's actually something else in this box. It has a telephoto lens, a macro lens, and a fisheye lens. So the box is not exactly perfect on what comes in the box. But let me go ahead and take it out of the box and we'll see what actually came in here. First thing I'm going to say is this is a really nice little case. I mean, very hard, feels very solid. I might use the case even if the lens kit's not that good. The case could be good for something. Okay, so what we see here is we got a telephoto lens and two little bitty lenses. One of them is going to be a macro lens and one of them is going to be a fisheye lens. Everything comes with nice little caps that go on it. And here's your clip. Here's your clip, and here's what they call the goggle, which is really an eyepiece that you screw on so that you can use the telephoto lens as kind of a monocular. That's pretty cool. Comes with a little cleaning pad and some little instructions to kind of show you how to hook the things up. So now let's go ahead and pull off the caps here. This is kind of a feat for me since I have big fingers and it's really hard to hold on to this thing. Okay, so what we have here is, if you can see it, this is the wide angle lens. Okay, and this here is the fisheye lens, and this is obviously the telephoto lens. I don't see the macro lens in here, but maybe they can take some macros. Alright, so how does this work? Well, very simply, you screw the lens into this. Let's start with the telephoto lens, because that would be probably what most people are interested in. And you basically screw the lens into this little brass screw hole right here. Okay. And then you use that to clip it on your phone. Now, I'm going to be using this Samsung Galaxy S6 smartphone. I've had this for a while. It really takes amazing pictures. And what is the purpose of this lens kit? Well, we all have good smartphones. They all take great pictures, but they have some shortcomings in that they can't take pictures far away or really close. They work really well for a lot of things and they take great pictures. Sometimes you want to take a picture of something far away. Well, that's where this comes in. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how this goes on. You simply clip this, get it where you can see it here. You try to clip this right over like that. Okay. Let me go to the camera. Come on, camera. Alright, so I didn't get it on there just right. Well, I got the cap on, alright. Got to pull that cap off. Alright, so you see here that it's not right dead center. You got to move it around and kind of make it find right where it's even. Now there's a couple adjustments on the lens itself. There's a forward and a back one. This one narrows the hole, moves the hole around. This one here focuses. Okay, so I have the box. Where we got here? Let's see here. If you can see this. I'm going to focus in. Okay, there's the box that it came in over there, and I focused in on it. Now, this lens kind of focuses far away. I'm a good 4 feet from that box. It's not really wanting to focus on it because it's too close to me. You have to be kind of a distance away to be able to focus on things. Alright. You got to center everything, get it just right. It's a little bit tricky to use. If you get it just right. Alright, so I'm going to do a little testing of the telephoto lens for you so you can see how that does. Now right now I've got it on this MePhoto Backpacker Air tripod, and the reason I have it on there is because this thing just, with the telephoto lens attached to the camera, it's really hard to stabilize it. And I want to give the camera the best possible, or the lens the best possible chance of doing well. So I have it focused about 20 feet away on a bunch of bottles on my countertop over there. The MePhoto Backpacker Air comes with a Bluetooth camera switch so that I don't have to touch it when I take the picture, so no movement whatsoever. Let me come up here and just focus it in as best as I possibly can. Okay, I've got it really good focus. I can see a good focus on it right there. And we'll go ahead and take that shot. 1, 2. I'm going to throw that up there. Now I want you to look at that. Okay? And what I want you to see is that right in the center, there's a vinegar bottle there, and that's real sharp. But you see that it becomes out of focus towards the edges, and it's kind of dark on the edges, called vignetting there. That's a cheap lens that happens with even with expensive camera lenses. There's a little bit of that, you just don't notice it, but it's really bad on this lens. Obviously it's a cheap lens, but it is kind of clear in the center, very focused, and if that's your subject right in the middle, it actually brings it closer to you. If you look at the countertop, my countertop is actually not bent like that. It actually is straight, but there's some barrel distortion there that makes the actual countertop look as though it's kind of warped. Okay, so right in the center you're getting it's real, but everything outside of that, it begins to get warped a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take this off, and then I'll take the shot with it off. Okay, now you can see what the camera is taking with the lens off of it. Now, so you know that, let's go ahead and compare those. That's a pretty significant difference, one to the other. All right, so it does get you really close on things that are far away, and closer than you could if you did through digital zooming. I'm going to zoom in on that picture now with my digital zoom. Okay, and I'll take that picture, and I'm going to throw that up on screen for you. Okay, so now you can see that picture doesn't look very good because it's a digital zoom, it's cropped it, and it's very fuzzy. Alright, now let's put this back on here. Go back to regular. Take all the zoom out of it. Get it lined up now. Okay, there it is. Now I'm going to do a close-up. Because this is a telephoto lens and not a zoom lens, you can't get very close to the subjects. About 5 feet is as close as you can get. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to use it to take a picture of the box it came in. Let me try to focus it in here. And it's about 5 feet away, and that's about as close as it will focus. Let me get a straight on shot here. Just focus it in. And it is really hard to focus this thing. That's about as good as it gets. Okay, so took a picture. I'll throw that up on screen. And you can look at that. Now, you can see the letters right in the center are focused, but then the number 5, 5 and 1 is out of focus, because again, that's the barrel distortion and the vignetting on the side there. So that'll give you a good example of what the lens does there. Okay, so the next one I'm going to test out here is the fisheye lens, or they call it the super fisheye lens 180 degree 4K HD. And the 4K HD doesn't mean diddly squat, guys. It's just the words they're putting on there just to make people, they're catch keywords that people, they think that is going to make people like it more. It doesn't mean diddly squat. Alright, so we're going to take the cap off. Go ahead and put that there. And again, just showing you how you do this. Get my hand out of the way here. Now the fisheye lens, it's going to have that round barrel look on it. Nothing you can do about that. Okay, so two things I'm going to do here. I'm going to do a macro shot and then a wide angle shot. So the first is going to be a macro. Let me just do the letters here. You can get pretty much right up on this, but at right about there is where it becomes really too distorted for use. So I'll go ahead and okay, trying not to move there. Okay, so that's the macro shot. Let me go ahead and show you what I can do with the actual camera. Okay, so right there, it can't focus anymore. Backing up. Right there is about as clear as it's going to get. Okay, so I'll throw those two up on screen for you so you can see how they are. Okay, now I'm going to put this back on. Centering it. The best as possible. Okay, now let's do a wide angle of the room that I'm in, and I'm just going to go ahead and shoot that. Alright, throw that up on screen. Now if you look at that, you can see the back of my kitchen chair over here to the left, and then the window over to the right. Okay, so now I'll take this off and I'm going to shoot the same scene exactly from the same position, and you can't see the chair or the window. So it definitely gives you a much wider angle of view, but it also at the cost of significant distortion in the barrel effect there. Alright, so let's move on to the little, what they call the wide angle lens. Pull this off here and put that on. Okay, this says 0.36 times super wide angle lens 4K HD again. Oh, that must mean that it's really good. Gonna center this up on there. Try to get it as centered as possible. Set the phone right down where it was before and shoot. Okay. And take it off and shoot and throw those up on screen so you can kind of see what it looks like. So that gives you, it's not quite as wide as the fisheye lens, but it is it's a lot better. It doesn't have nearly as much distortion. So you get a wider angle with the fisheye lens, but you get a lot more distortion. This one still has distortion, barrel distortion, but not nearly as bad as the fisheye lens. Okay, now I'm going to do the macro test with it. I'm going to go in. Okay, so right there. right there. Okay. And again with the camera phone. Right there. Okay. So if you look, I'm going to throw those up on screen. And it gets you a little closer, but not really. Oh, there's so much distortion and blurriness around the edges. I don't really see the purpose of it. It's not enough to really be warranted. You know, you'll get a little bit closer, but you could actually zoom in and crop the image and get a better image than what you're getting. All right, guys, I've done a lot of testing. Actually, the testing, I did 10 times more testing than what you've seen here. I really tried to give these lenses the best possible chance to perform well. But at the end of the day, we're talking about a $26 camera lens kit. You get 3 lenses, clip, a case, the eyepiece. You know, a real camera lens costs hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. So if you're expecting any kind of miracles out of this, just that's not realistic, okay? Does it do what it says it's going to do? Yes. But the cost is that you got a cheap set of lenses with cheap glass, and you know there's a lot of distortion. The fisheye throws a lot of distortion. Everything. About the most useful lens here is the telephoto lens, because it can reach out and get a closer shot. It is not going to be a really high quality shot, and only whatever's right in the center of the lens, if you can hold it stable enough, is going to be worth anything. You know, so you're putting, I like to put it like this. If you take a high quality lens and you stick the bottom of a Coke bottle in front of it, you're going to get a crappy picture. Okay? The glass, the quality of glass in a lens is what really is the main factor. And it just takes a lot of processing to get a really good quality piece of glass. And that's why, you know, camera lenses that professionals use start at around $3,000 and go all the way up to about $25,000 for a single lens, folks. Okay? The lens I'm using to take this this video with is a $600 lens, and it's not even considered professional. All right? It's not even professional level. If I wanted a professional level lens for my camera, which is the Sony, they start at $2,500. Okay, I can't afford those. I'm poor. It literally took me a year's worth of YouTube earnings to buy the lens you have on there. I mean, this stuff is expensive. I'm trying to improve the quality of my videos, but it costs a boatload of money, guys. And it costs, you know, I don't make that much off of my YouTube videos. You know, I earned like $1,000 last year. I mean, it's not a lot of money. You know, the more subscribers I get and the more views I get, it helps. But pretty much I've spent every penny that I've made off of YouTube on better equipment trying to improve my YouTube videos. And that's why I really appreciate you guys, you know, liking, subscribing, and stuff, and helping me out. Because, I mean, I'm not making a living here. I'm doing these reviews to be helpful. It's not making me, you know, any extra money. I've spent it all back on equipment trying to improve my videos for you. So let's get back to the camera kit here. For $26, it's a fun little kit. It's a lot of stuff, and you can play around with it. Would I take any serious pictures with this kit? No way, Jose. There's just no way that I would take any serious pictures with this kit. It degrades the quality of the images too much. It would be fun to play with. It's kind of cute. You can carry it in your pocket, put it on your camera. The telephoto lens might make, in an emergency situation where you had to have a close-up, it might do something worthwhile. The rest of them I wouldn't use even on the worst day. They don't offer anything. But then again, there's this balancing act, okay? You've got a $26 lens kit. What can you expect out of it? Are you going to expect miracles? Absolutely not. And I'm trying to be reasonable, guys. I mean, it is only $26, so it's fun. Is it worth $26? Heck yeah. You know, if you just want to have something to play with, spend $26 and play around with this. It's kind of cool. It really is. For my purposes, what I do, it's just not worth it. Okay? I mean, it's not usable. Is it worth it? Yes. Is it usable for my purposes? No. Maybe for your purposes it is. I've given you the sample. You can see what it does. You make the decision. My opinion is it is a $26 lens kit, and I expect it to do what a $26 lens kit would do. Actually, it does better than that. I think it does great for a $26 lens kit. It's just not usable for me. It might be usable for you. You have the evidence. I've given you the examples. You make the decision. And that's the end of what I've got to say about it. And I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, please like, subscribe, and comment. It really helps my channel out. Until next time, the Jungle Explorer signing out.